Okay, consent form. Fill out and sign.
Can you explain to me before I know what it says?
All right, then, let me tell you what to expect.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, let me tell you anyway, Emily. Okay? Just listen. While you're under, they're going to be checking your lymph nodes. They're going to inject some blue dye that's going to detect the sentinel node. They're going to take that to pathology and have it tested for cancer. They're going to remove the lump and some of the tissue surrounding it. And if that tissue tests cancer-free, then...
Okay, let's just jump to what's on both of our minds. Okay, worst case, they're going to cut off my breast, right?
Emily, they're going to do whatever they have to do to save your life, and I thank God for that.
The operation.
Well, you still have your breast. They didn't take it.
I should have listened to you when you said it was all going to be okay. It is, right? They got all the cancer.
Well, the nodes that Dr. Nugent had biopsied, they came back positive, so he took out some more nodes, and they're in pathology right now. It'll be a few days before they know the results.
Okay, but the cancer is spread, like my mother's did, so
Emily,
I could still die.
Emily, we don't know that. We don't know to what extent. It could be contained. It could be very, very minimal.
Okay, I need to wrap my head around this alone, okay?
Emily, please don't dwell on this. Let me be here,
okay?
Okay,
Please, Mom.
I'm gonna be right outside if you need me.
Exactly when were you planning to tell me that our daughter has cancer? What were you thinking not telling me this?
At least I'm not shooting up, Dad.
You must have been so scared.
I didn't want you scared too. And now you are.
Well, I'm worried. And there's a difference.
They did a biopsy, Dad. The cancer's in the lymph nodes. I'm gonna die.
No, you're not. You are not gonna die. They took out several lymph nodes, and I'm sure that they got it all.
Do you know how many times they said that to Paige?
God, I wish you'd told me.
I wanted to tell you so many times.
It's okay.
But do you know what I want more than anything? Don't fight with Mom all the time. And it's not just you. It's all of them. I mean, that's why I came home, so maybe I could help the family not hurt each other so
You
much.
mustn't worry about things like this now.
We've all wasted so much time fighting, and I wanted to help.
You are helping. You will help for years to come.
I don't think so.
Emily, we're going to know a lot more when we get the pathology report.
It won't matter.
I'm glad you told Monica.
I didn't. She figured it out.
That doesn't surprise me. What about Xander? Why isn't he here?
He thinks I'm in rehab.
You didn't tell him either. Oh, God, I was standing right there when you sent him away, and I didn't even figure it out.
Okay, he can't know about this.
But he loves you.
That's why I can't drag him through this, Dad.
And you love him, too. God knows why, but I know that you love him. You need him here to support you.
Do you remember the first cancer waiting room that you ever sat in? I do. Everything was so cheerful. They had flowers all over the place. The chairs were even comfortable. And then I looked around, and little kids were wearing these huge baseball caps, and women had scarves around their heads, and the people with them, they looked so tired, like they'd been crying all night. I wasn't very old, but I remember that.
You mustn't worry about that now, please.
It was the first time that I understood that my mom might not get well, that she'd be like one of those women with no hair and bandages. You know I have the disease now, so you can deal with that. It'll be a little bit easier because you already have. And maybe for Mom too. But Xander, he is trying so hard. He is just getting his life back together, and I can't drag him down. I won't.
He needs to know what's going on, Emily, so he can make that decision.
Hey, Xander needs to get on with his own life.
And you're a very important part of that.
Not for very long.
Don't say that.
Okay, I want Xander to be happy, Dad, and to fall in love with someone else.
Well, at least they caught it early.
Well, she was trying some sort of medicine from Mexico.
What was she thinking?
Well, she's young, Alan. She panicked.
But they could have started treatment as soon as she was diagnosed.
Just because it's spread to some lymph nodes doesn't mean that it's in all of them. I've ordered a complete workup.
She's going to need a CT scan of her chest.
And abdomen. I've done that.
She's going to need a bone scan as well. We could lose her. We could do everything right and still lose her.
This is so frustrating.
Don't force it.
Okay. I couldn't even brush my teeth this morning.
You'll gain more flexibility every day. That was good. That was good.
Thanks.
Oh, excuse us. Hi.
So, how'd you like to get out of here?
What, to the atrium, Dad?
And beyond. We are here to take you home.
The doctor said I could?
We twisted a few arms.
Yes, and we told them it would be much better for you to recuperate at home than this sterile hospital.
Thanks.
Be careful. Got it?
Yeah, I hope no one tries to drag me out for a game of tennis.
You know, the family's going to wonder how you got out of rehab so quickly.
Yeah. Maybe it's time that you just told everybody the truth.
I'm not ready.
How are you going to explain the situation?
I'll say I got homesick. I'll say the hardcore addict scared me straight, and I've enrolled in some outpatient program that's famous for amazing results.
Don't you think it's just easier to be honest?
You know, the family loves you. They'll be so supportive.
Hey, I don't want to tell anyone. I don't even want to say the word.
Okay, maybe you're right. They took the lump out of your breast, came out cleanly. There are going to be some tests. I'm sure they'll be fine. That'll be the end of it.
And husband, it's a beautiful day. Why don't we just take a little walk through the park before we get home?
Yes, we can celebrate your liberation from the hospital.
Yeah. Okay?
Okay.
Well, I can't believe you got me to ride on the carousel.
Mom, you should have joined us.
They make me very, very dizzy.
Oh, that's half the fun.
Oh, thank you.
I thought you were at rehab.
I just got released.
Does Xander know?
I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet.
So you're not going back, or?
I'm feeling much better.
Yes, and we're going to take care of her at home.
And speaking of home, that's where you need to be.
Absolutely.
Excuse us, will you?
Bye,
See you later.
Tia.
Hello?
It's me. Have you been in touch with Emily lately?
Not since she went to the new rehab place. Why?
Oh, well, I'm in the park and I just ran into her and her parents.
They're taking her home.
What? Why?
They said she's doing better.
But she just started the program.
Yeah, well, I guess they decided that she could recover at home.
Oh, my God, that family's full of enablers. She'll be using drugs by the end of the week if she stays there.
Yeah, well, Xander, Emily's pretty strong-minded, you know. Maybe she'll be okay, and...
I am sick of living like a heathen, answering the door myself and drinking those putrid Manhattans. I happen to like his Manhattan. Case in point.
Grandfather?
If you make any attempt to replace Reginald...
Oh, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say I'm cold.
Why don't you
and
go
heartless, but
upstairs?
by God, I'll have to
Good idea.
I mean it.
Emily, you're home.
Ridiculous that I... Hey, what's the meaning of this? You know, young lady, you really shouldn't be here.
Gee, whatever happened to... Hi, Emily. Good to see you.
Oh, of course, it's nice to have you back, but aren't you supposed to be in some kind of a rehab program?
Look, she's home now and she's exhausted.
Yes, why don't you take Alan's advice and go upstairs and lie down?
Okay. I'll catch up with all of you later. Good to see you too, Grandfather.
In rehab 1 minute and out the next. What kind of treatment is that?
Monica and I decided she needed to be at home.
Of course, so she can buy her drugs directly from her delinquent boyfriend.
Xander has actually been very supportive.
Oh, come on, Monica. A leopard does not change his spots.
Give it a rest, Father.
What happened? Emily got homesick, and we found an outpatient program right around here that seems to suit her needs.
Oh, God, if I can't get a decent answer from either you or Alan, I'm going to ask Emily.
You
herself.
stay away from Emily.
Look, Emily knows that I have her best interests at heart.
What Emily doesn't need is any kind of a lecture from you. Now, she's off limits. Is that clear?
Monica, I love Emily, and I am concerned about her. But if that's what you feel is best...
I am certain of it.
All right. Then I'll abide by your wishes.
You damn well better.
Excuse me.
I see you're batting 1,000 today, huh?
God, if I can't get any respect from anyone in this house, I will damn well, by God, order me a butler on my own.
Who is it?
Emily, it's me. You got a minute?
Come in.
Look, Emily, I'm an alcoholic. I've been in rehab. I know that the first few days are the hardest. I know that everything seems so cold and impersonal, and you just want to go home, and you just can't understand why you're stuck living with these people whose problems seem so much worse than yours. But I'm telling you, if you just stick it out a little bit longer...
I can't.
You can. Of course you can. Emily, you fought your way back from paralysis. You're stronger than that.
Right, I know, but not in a hospital. I want to be here with my family.
But a structured environment is so important.
Sky, thank you very much for caring, but the decision has been made.
I just think that leaving a program that you just started is setting yourself up to fail. I know that you're stronger than that.
Listen to me. When you have children of your own, you can make the decision for them.
Look, I know this isn't a case of do as I do. Obviously, it's a case of do as I say. I just think that...
Monica and I have decided the best place for Emily is to be here at home in a program that we found for her, and that's the end of the subject.
Okay, I guess there's nothing left to say then.
I know you mean well. Okay. Thanks, Guy.
I really hope it works out for you, Emily. I do.
You all right? Yeah. I hope Sky didn't upset you too much.
It's harder than I thought, having them all think I've got a drug problem.
Well, you could always change your mind and tell them the truth.
Do you know how scared they'd be? How hard they'd try to hide it? I can't do it to them. I can't do it to myself. It's better to keep the secret.
You people, I want everybody in the foyer. Chop, chop. Alan, Monica, AJ, Dylan.
Now what?
Voice down, Emily's trying to sleep. Just put the baby down.
What's wrong?
Nothing is wrong. I just want you to know that our domestic situation has taken a turn for the better. Follow me.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present our new butler, Dobson. Where the hell have you been?
On my shuttle break.
Doesn't matter, you're fired.
May I ask why, sir?
Neglect of duty and gross incompetence.
As you wish, sir. But is termination absolutely necessary?
Absolutely. You failed to communicate your whereabouts to anyone in this family, and that is cause for immediate dismissal in anyone's book.
Well, not in mine.
Why would you go into battle for a servant you hardly know?
He's a person. Grandfather Dobson took a break. You can't fire him for that. The days of indentured servitude are over.
Bet that comes as a big surprise to you, huh?
Okay, listen, Dobbs. I'm here because I have to be, okay?
Listen, Mutt. Do you want to be sent back to your mother?
Okay, fine, whatever. All I'm saying is Dobbs could find a much better gig than taking all this from you people.
I hope that won't be necessary, young Master Quatermain. Sir, if I may respectfully remind you, in our original interview, I did mention that I might need occasional personal time during the day.
Well, I don't remember every minute detail.
Not only does Grandfather have a weak heart, but he suffers from selective memory as well.
I'm Emily, by the way. We haven't officially met.
It's a privilege to know you.
Sucking up. Well, this butler proves to be no dummy.
Look, Dobson came through for you when he agreed to take over for Reginald on such short notice. He's still feeling his way, and I think you should be patient with him. God knows he'll have to be patient with us.
She has a point, Edward.
All right. Dobson can stay.
Oh, fantastic. The crisis is over. We can all get back to our lives.
Oh, what? Forget it. I'm tired of all this.
Is it over?
For now. Don't worry. They have very short attention spans.
Then I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely.
I feel a little better today. My arm is still sore, but I felt strong enough to come downstairs. If this is about Dobson again, the subject is officially closed.
The hospital called with your pathology report, and the cancer is in the lymph nodes.
It's a setback, sweetheart. We will beat this.
I knew this would happen. I thought I was ready.
It's not as bad as it seems, Em.
No, what we have to find out is whether the cancer has spread from the lymph system, and if so, where.
Okay, is there any place you think the cancer hasn't reached?
I would give anything in this world to spare you this, but we will get through it. We will.
Chemo's worked for a lot of people, including Monica, and I promise you we'll be with you every stage of the way.
I'm sorry, I just can't deal with this right now.
Please.
Emily, please come back.
Emily.
Give us...
Emily.
Is Emily all right?
Yeah, Emily's just having a little trouble dealing with this.
Elizabeth!
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was on Quartermain overload and I decided to get some fresh air, but I ran into Xander and things got weird and I came back here to apologize, but it looks like I'm too late. Anyway, I'm so sorry I didn't make it to the hospital to see you. Are you okay?
I guess so. It depends. I'm pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't... Are you okay with that?
believe me, I'm as surprised as you are. I didn't exactly plan this. But now, I think I really want this baby. The problem is, I don't know the first thing about being a mom, and on top of that, I don't even know how I feel about the father.
Rick Lansing, right?
Yeah, remember I told you how great he was? Well, I spoke too soon. He's turned out to be a real nightmare.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Elizabeth.
The worst part is, I can't stop loving him.
It's dangerous. All he cares about is getting revenge on somebody. Well, then cut him off. Tell Rick you never want to see him again. You can have this baby on your own.
But what about school and my job and my painting? Forget about the money. I could never afford this baby on my own.
Okay, I have 2 words for you. Trust fund. Specifically mine, okay? I can give you any money you need.
But what about Rick? He says he wants to be a father, to love this baby. What am I supposed to do if he asks me to live with him?
Well, tell him no.
And then what? Am I supposed to stay in my studio? Am I supposed to move back home with Graham? Oh my God, my grandmother.
Wait, don't worry about that right now.
What kind of mother do you think I'm going to be? Do you think I'm just going to drop my kids off and go save the world like my parents did? And how am I supposed to get ready in time to have this baby? 9 months isn't nearly enough time to make
9
sense
months
of all
is
this.
forever, Elizabeth.
Not to me.
Nine whole months. How many sunsets is that? You've got the summer, and the fall too, and you'll get to see those apple orchards all in bloom.
What apple orchards?
On the way to Albany, we took a road trip out there once. You and me and Lucky and Nicholas. Remember? You can see the blossoms, and then stop for apples in the fall. Oh, don't you love the smell of apples, Elizabeth, when they're still on the trees?
Are you okay?
9 months is that first chilly morning in the fall when you wish you brought a sweater. It's the changing leaves and the autumn light. Don't all painters love the autumn light in upstate New York, Elizabeth? Isn't it famous?
Yeah, I guess so.
9 months. Might even be that first snowstorm when everything stops and the whole world is peaceful and quiet for a little while.
You're scaring me.
9 months is an incredible gift. Be glad you have it, Elizabeth. Don't waste 1 second being worried. You have so much.
What's wrong?
Wouldn't it be great if we could be like before? When a triple chocolate soda actually made you feel better. We'd have those Kelly's closed dinners with Lucky and Nicholas.
And Lucky used to always bring ribs from Eli's.
I used to have such a terrible crush on Nicholas. And now I barely talk to him. And you and Lucky were supposed to be in love forever. And now he's off somewhere with some girl who used to date his father. I mean, I'm not going to criticize, but really, what is Lucky thinking?
You mean, what is he thinking with?
Exactly.
What's going on with you? You can tell me.
I'm afraid I'm gonna die.
You're not going to die.
The cancer is spread to my lymph nodes. It could be everywhere by now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I got a lumpectomy at Mercy Hospital. They took some notes, and the test just came back. It's worse than they thought.
But you can fight this, right? I mean, you can do chemotherapy and whatever else they can do.
You're growing a new life inside of you, Elizabeth. And they're going to be injecting me with poison.
Do they know how far the cancer is spread?
Maybe to the bone, major organs. By the time your baby is born, I could be dead.
Emily, don't say that. Don't they have new treatments now?
Well, it's still chemo. I mean, they still pump you full of toxins. You get sick. You can't stop throwing up. You're too weak to get out of bed. And your hair falls out.
Okay, so what? You don't die.
No, you wait, mostly. That's what cancer is, really. You wait to see the doctor. You wait for the test results. You wait for the chemo, the radiation, the bone scan, the CT scan. It doesn't matter, really. You wait.
Okay, so I'll wait with you. Who else knows?
My parents.
Not Jason.
Mm-mm. I wanted to tell him so badly, just because I know that I won't have to be brave for him, but I've hardly seen him, and...
Right. What about Xander?
I won't drag him through this.
Emily, he needs to know.
I can imagine the fear in his eyes, and then sadness. I'll have to watch him grieve. I can't deal with that.
What if Xander had cancer and he went through chemotherapy the whole bit and he lost all his hair? Would you love him any less?
No.
Even if he were bald as a cue ball? And he has really good hair, so think about it.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
When you love someone, you stick with them. Through the good, the bad, the bald, the chemo.
I get your point.
Good. Now let's go get a chocolate soda.
Hey, little girls. Don't you notice the witching hour? Bad things happen to babes in the woods.
Get out of my face.
Where's that little pet I bought you? Did you let him get away?
Who is this psycho?
Someone who doesn't like Elizabeth. Someone who put her in the hospital last time she annoyed me. Just imagine what I could do to you.
Come anywhere near me or Elizabeth again, and my brother will make you disappear.
Is your brother a magician?
No, my brother is Jason Morgan.
Okay, let's go get that drink.
Wait a second.
No, take your friend's advice. Leave now. Before I decide I don't like you either.
You mess with my friend again, and I'll rip those hoe lips right off your face and ask Jason to take care of the rest.
Must be very comforting. Feel very safe, loyal friends. Untouchable even.
Get out of here.
Too bad you're so accident prone.